are now plugged into Hooked on Science with Bruce and Tony Khan.
And we're live.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another fantastic episode of Hooked on Sonics. I'm one of your two hosts, Bruce, and over there is the Tone Capone, the brother from another mother. And this week, brought to us by last week's guest, Keith Roth. Go ahead and check that episode out if you haven't already. He gave us Parliament's first album called Osmium to check out this week. So pretty excited about that. Lots of stuff to get into this week. Big happenings at Record Store Day and some different releases and a little bit of news and some drinks. We got some drinks. So before we get into all that, Tony, I've got tons of messages coming from across the country wanting to know, Tone, how are you?
Good evening. I am okay. A little sore. Kind of busted my ass around the house today, and my back's a little sore. Trying to get some things together. Grandson's going to be here, so want to keep the floors kind of maintained because he's crawling around on all fours and stuff and whatnot. So it's a workout, but hey, we got to do what we got to do, you know.
Absolutely.
Kate's been taking care of some family matters and just trying to be supportive of her in that venture because it's tough. Life's always throwing lemons, and you got to do your best to make lemonade. Sometimes you got a lot of
Absolutely.
sugar, and sometimes you got a lot of lemons. So other than that, man, I'm good. Really, really good. Uh, got kind of lucky regarding record store day. I didn't get the opportunity to go out. I was kind of nailed down with work, but I know that you picked up a couple things. I know that I picked up. I didn't pick it up. A friend of mine picked it up for me. My friend Rachel, uh, John's old lady, from Suspect Earth. But she ended up going out, and she actually lucked out and got me uh, the last copy there of the Swords 15th anniversary edition of Warp
Wow.
Riders. And this is like a foil cover on
Hmm.
both sides. It's really, 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 really nice. Um, the inlay is one of the nicer ones where it's made of a good sturdy stock here, and it has the lyrics and some liner notes, obviously.
Hmm.
But let me tell you something, man. I own a good little deal of records now or vinyl, and I'm always blown away by some of these things that end up they end up doing with the vinyl.
Yeah.
I know that this is not going to be so much justice as seeing this as in person, but I've got to show you how beautiful this thing is, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's gorgeous.
that is pretty cool, man. I've
That's
already
gorgeous.
I've already listened to side A and sounds great. Um, this thing is awesome. I'm probably going to listen to side B and then I'll put it away for a while before I listen to it again. I actually own it digitally. I own all their stuff, man, digitally. But this and Age of Winners, which you had the opportunity to review, um, are my two favorite Sword albums. The third would be High Country if I had to pick out of their whole library.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, nice pickup. So I've been listening to that. Picked up the last couple bits of digital stuff from Born and their Club of Gore. So I've been listening to still hooked on those dudes like crack cocaine, dude. Dude, it's easy for me to listen to. It doesn't stress me out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I enjoy it, man. Other than that, this was great. Listening to this, I actually listened to this side A today with my buddy Steve, and sounds great. What a great presentation for the album. I'm blown away. So Yeah. What'd you pick up, man? I heard you got
Well,
a couple cool things.
yeah, so I kind of let me set the background as it were. So, every year Lost and Found Records in Knoxville, they put together a really big event, and each year they pick a charity that they're going to raise money for and donate all proceeds to that charity. Well, this year, the charity per se was um, a a fundraiser for the original bass player for Jason and the Scorchers. His name is Jeff Johnson. Very, very underrated band. They were really cool punk, country punk. That's the best way to describe them. And Jeff had a stroke a few years ago that damn near killed him. And now he's slowly getting back. He lives here in Knoxville, and he's slowly getting his speech back. He's able to move some limbs and things like that. But to help raise the funds, the Jason Ringenberg from Jason and the Scorchers came and played a show. It was a whole day of just fun event stuff. So got to spend a day hanging out with both of those guys and just quality people. Um, Shout out to Jeff's fiance, Shula Smith, who she's basically his caregiver and just really helps him out, and you know just hats off to her. So while I was there, so much cool stuff that I picked up. First off, a couple things that already had, but I had Jason and Jeff signed for me was two of the record Jason and the Scorcher records, Fervor and appropriately Lost and Found. A couple really cool albums there. And then let's see, the I picked up the Jimmy Page and Black Crowes Live at the Greek uh, double LP. Did not get the 6 LP box set, but picked this bad boy up. One of my favorite live albums. So cool. No colored vinyl on this, but still pretty cool. New album from The Devil Makes Three. Comes with an autographed print of theirs. And check out this pretty vinyl. I don't know if you can tell, but that's a nice deep purple.
Yeah. You can see a
Yep.
little bit in the light. It
Yep.
is sharp.
And then one of my favorite, this is a something that's been on my bucket list since I was a little kid. I have never owned this album. I've owned the CD, I've owned the tape, never owned the album. An original Kiss Hot in the Shade with the hype sticker. And I was so excited to pick this up, finally see this in the wild. I've never even seen this in the wild before. So,
Where'd you
okay.
find that at?
Lost and Found Records.
That wasn't a record store day release, was it?
No, it was not. So here's my record store releases.
Hold on.
Okay.
So hold on.
Mhm.
So how did you cop that? Like,
So they had on top of the record store day releases that they had, they also busted out like 4 crates of like rare stuff that it's not normal circulation, and this was one of the records that was in that pile
did you know it was in
or
there?
that crate. No, just dumb luck. Just
They knew
while
they
I
had
was
it, and that
kind of
you would be you being a
yeah,
Kiss fan, they didn't
yep.
hook you up.
They didn't even think about it. Didn't even think about it. There's a lot of stuff going on for Record Store Day, to be honest. But As soon as I seen that, I was like, oh shit, I gotta grab a hold of that. That's a once in a lifetime thing to see that thing in the wild. So super excited about that. Like
So
literally a holy grail item for me.
let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you pay for it?
Uh, it was a pretty penny.
Answers.
It was
Inquiring minds at home want to know what a Kiss Hot in the Shade vinyl record with the hype sticker goes for.
near mint. This went for $80.
Damn, son.
$80.
You had to have it, huh?
I had to have it. I will never see that album again.
Now, does that
And
complete your vinyl collection of Kiss?
no. So I have to get there's a few others I have to get. One Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. And I got to get the lenticular cover of Psycho Circus. I've got the other version, but I got to get the lenticular version. And I have to get the 85 re-release of Creatures of the Night and Killers. Then I think that takes care of the vinyl. So a few other little pieces out there.
Are those ones hard ones? Are those others hard to
Yeah.
find?
Yeah. Now again, I could probably get them on Discogs. I don't want to get them on Discogs. I want to find them in the wild. It's just something for me, something
I mean, if it means to finish off the collection.
I can't do it. I can't do it. It's a me thing. I completely understand.
Yeah, you're
thing.
fired. That's like, dude, I wish for all the times that I had seen it. I wish I would have grabbed a Sleep the Sciences album. And I just didn't. I grabbed other things that I thought this will be here. It'll be around for a while. And it didn't happen.
Yep. All right. Are you ready for the record store day stuff?
Yeah, go for it.
I only got a couple. So you're lucky. First off was this Doors Strange Days, and this was Rough Mixes. It's without the final overdubs, and just it's a lot rawer and a little crisper. And
all right, you with me?
blue vinyl.
Okay.
So I love that. Vinyl. Mm-hmm.
You had a huge lag spike there.
Sorry. Later. And then last, but certainly not least, picked up the Dictators, DFFD.
Lucky motherfucker, you.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I thought was interesting, and I may have misread this, but this was supposed to. I thought it was supposed to have green vinyl, but it was just regular black. And it's got an extra. It's got a new extra song on here, Sonic Reducer, that was absolutely kick-ass. So check that out. And because I love you, I got you your very own copy of DFFD. They got 2 copies, and I got both of them.
I thought you said you couldn't get the other one.
Well, I gotta say something for the show. So
sweet.
You have a copy of DFFD, which I believe is your favorite Dictators album.
It is. It is. It's got my favorite Dictator song on it too. We'll see your money.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, Bubba. I love.
So
I love that album, man.
It's a fantastic album. And the remix on this, or the remastering on it, was just fantastic.
Nice.
And again, I can't wait for you to hear Sonic Reducer. It's really good.
And now that's still Dick Manitoba on vocals, ain't it?
Correct. This was originally released in 2001.
Okay.
So yeah, Andy sings a few songs on here. Jim Davis blues, or Jim Gordon blues. Jim Davis. Who the hell's Jim Davis? Anyway,
Nice.
Jim Gordon blues and a few other things.
Have you listened to your version, your copy of it yet?
Yes. Yeah, I
Nice.
listened to that yesterday, and oh, so good.
Can't wait to
Cranked
get
it
my hands
up
on it.
and just oh,
Yeah,
dude,
no.
it's yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands
it's
on
good.
it. It's gonna be good shit. Oh man. Man, so we've been pretty busy listening to some stuff, doing some record store day stuff. Kate and I are going to Thursday. I think we're going to go see Alton Brown. We're also
Who?
going to Alton Brown. He's a Food Network chef.
Okay.
And then
Oh, okay.
we've got Sonic Temple coming up, and then later next month I've got tickets to go see Trouble. But I'm seeing a bunch of really, really great lineup things happening, especially surrounding these acid bath. Like I think they just did a Baltimore show, and on that, listen, dude, on that Baltimore show, I can't remember everybody that's on it, but I know that acid bath, Wind Hand, I think High on Fire, and fucking Heavy Temple.
Okay.
Dude, I can't remember who the other one was, but it was good as well. Oh, what a fucking lineup, man. Baltimore does not know how lucky they just fucking got, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
You going? You're going to Baldy?
I know. I'm already going to see Acid Bath. I've seen every band on that bill but Windhand.
Yeah, but to see them all together, come on, you gotta go.
Dude.
You gotta go.
Dude, let me explain to you something. Even if I wanted to go, let me explain something to you. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me.
Even if I wanted to go, I'm pretty positive if it hasn't already sold out, it'll be sold out very shortly after tickets go on sale. Those shows have been fucking bang, 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 bang. All the Acid Bath shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since you done put something up, what are you drinking? Oh, I seen it.
I ain't drinking nothing.
No.
See nothing.
Ah.
No. Good sir. Tonight, Tony dives into the whiskey vault again and whips out Ezra Brooks Distiller's Collection. This one rings in at about 107 proof. She's pretty wicked, buddy. I'll tell you what. But nice char flavor from the barrel. Very smooth. I like its sister bottle as well, which is the Rebel Distillers Collection. That one is a more wheated bourbon. This is a more charred, smoky. This is a good nighttime bourbon. I absolutely love this bourbon. I would give it a solid 4.75. It does rank in my top 10 of
there you go.
bourbons I've ever had. So yeah, 4.75 on the Ezra Brooks Distillers Collection. You can give the same to its sister bottle. I'm sure I've drank it on the air before.
All right. And a nice little mellow yellow chaser. What the hell is that?
That is not. That is Starry.
Starry. Fantastic. Hold.
I think that's the first time I've ever done any shit.
That
like
was great. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You know that.
That's awesome.
Oh, well.
And you know, When your
Hmm.
hands get dry and rough, you can always go on for some bloody knuckles.
Bloody knuckles.
You can pick this up in the men's department at your local super mega mart. Uh,
Well, my friend,
have you
what
heard about the
I've
newest technology?
oh,
iPads.
come see Tony at the brand new iPhone location
Mm.
in your local mall.
I love you,
Uh,
brother. So what are you drinking on tonight, man?
well, in keeping with the Record Store Day theme, Doghead Fish
A dogfish
Brewery.
head?
Yep, what did I
Dogfish
say?
head? You said dog head fish.
Jesus,
Maybe you've had too much.
don't
Put it down.
I? No, I'm just goofy. Dogfish Head. They were the official beer of Record Store Day, and one of the official beers was the Grateful Dead
Oh,
the
lucky
Juicy Pale
fucker.
Ale.
I got to
Mhm.
go see if my store's got it.
Uh, Now, anyone who knows me knows I do not dig pale ales. I don't dig anything fucking goofy. I'm pretty much Pilsner or lager. That's it. So, having said all that, I got the Juicy Pale Ale, and this thing is fantastic. I love this shit. I was drinking this the majority of the day on Saturday. Comes in at 5.3% alcohol.
Pale ales are good, dude. You might like pale ales. They're somewhat similar to pilsners and shit, in my opinion. I like wheated ales. A good wheated ale is pretty good at times. I've lost your audio. I've got video. I've lost audio.
There we go. Sorry. Um, yeah, this is a 5 all day. I love this. Can's cool. Beer's great. Or the ale is great. 5. Love it.
Nice. I'm gonna see if I can find that. I'm a huge Grateful Dead fan, and I do love Dogfish Head Brewery. It ranks in my top 5 of breweries.
Awesome. I wish I don't have it. Hold on. I
I
have to
love their
show you off there.
IPAs.
I have to show you the official the Dogfish Head poster for Record Store Day if you get a kick out of that.
Nice.
I have to show you off the air because I can't reach it right now.
Cool.
Yeah. You got any news, my friend?
I believe, is it Les Binks
Mm-hmm.
from Judas Priest passed away. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Judas Priest family and his friends and
Mm-hmm.
family.
Yep.
Legends, man. I hate seeing our heroes move on. I hate it. I hate it.
Yep.
As we get older, the more and more they go.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who else passed away this day in 2001? The Joey Ramone. It's hard to
Yeah.
believe it's been that damn long.
What year? 2001?
2001, man.
I would have seen him at the Claremont somewhere probably right around 93, 94,
Mm,
if I remember correctly. And
yeah,
I'm pretty sure the Ramones had a show at the Newport that night.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. You should see if you can find a bootleg copy of that show.
Have to look. Have to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You got to find somebody who's kind of archiving all the Ramon shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find a tour poster, find the date. Then you're gonna have to nail down the date and everything because you didn't. It's I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll
Yep.
tell you one of the great things about YouTube, man, is like I can go out on YouTube and see a lot of shows that I've been to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like there's a great Conan show at the West Side Bowl. That
Hmm.
is freaking phenomenal.
Yep.
Um,
Very well, very well recorded.
yeah, you are having
I
some
saw the Kiss
serious lag
convention.
issues.
I
I
don't
know.
know, man.
Listen. I know, but I'm just giving you the heads up. You're having some serious lag issues. So when we're having
Huh?
conversation, it's hard for me to understand what you're saying
Okay.
because it breaks the conversation on us. So, um, but back as you were saying, go ahead.
Yeah. So I found the first Kiss show I was ever at. Um, in '95, it was a Kiss convention in Indianapolis. There's footage from that. It was the complete show plus some guy walking around the little museum. And there was actually video of me there.
Wow,
Yeah, me walking around just like, oh, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. So that was kind of fun.
digging it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you was. I'm sure you was.
Of course I was. Let's see. Happy birthday to Chris Stapleton,
Yep.
Lexington, Kentucky, pride and joy. And then a couple of cool albums that were released this day. My cousin Loretta Lynn, her one of her finest albums, Fist City, was released this day in 1968. And Leonard Skinner's Second Helping was released today in 1974. The beautiful and always wonderful Dolly Parton, released Just Because I'm a Woman in 68. And last but certainly not least, Sturgill Simpson, Americana icon, released his third album, A Sailor's Guide to Earth, today in 2016. That's what I
Nice.
got.
Nice. Nice. No, there's footage out there floating around. People getting video footage of the AC/DC tour that's been going on.
Mm.
Looks like those guys are out there doing it big still and having a good time. Other than that, man, I know there's acid bath shows are popping up left and right here and there, and they've got some pretty great guests on those shows. Uh, it's summertime coming up, guys. You got spring
Yeah.
and summer coming up, man. Get out to a show, enjoy that stuff. Then once again, I'd just like to mention if you like what you see here, you like what you're hearing here, please hit that like, comment, subscribe. You can't catch us here, man. Go ahead and catch us over on your favorite podcast streaming services such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I think Google Podcasts as well, if that's
Yep.
still the thing. So yeah, we're all over there, man. Other than that, leave us a comment, share. We'd love to hear from you. Give us an album review. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you'd like to, we want to know what you guys are listening to. Other
Mhm.
than that, Bruce, man, I know that we have been through some things, and I will say that is the news. You and me got an album to review.
Yes, sir. All right. Again, special thanks to last week's guest, Keith Roth. Go check out his new album, Law of Diminished Returns. Um, Available everywhere that you get records. Uh, he gave us Parliament's debut album, Osmium. This bad boy was released in July of 1970. Uh, Best way to describe this thing, I think, Tone, correct me if I'm wrong, psychedelic soul.
I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that. I labeled it down. I mean, like so, my opening notes were funk, hard rock, soul, raw. This is a very raw album in production and work as well. A lot going on in this album, a lot, and but that's to be expected. Now, Bruce, I'm going to ask you before we get into this review: have you ever been to a Parliament show? Have I ever dragged you to a Parliament show?
Nope. Nope. You refused to take me, and it was just kind of heartbreaking, but, I don't want to talk about it.
Have you ever seen Parliament?
No, I have not.
Oh man, you have no idea.
Though I heard that they are coming back around, so maybe I'll catch them.
Maybe. I think if you get the opportunity, you need to experience it at least once.
Yeah.
I've seen it 8 times. Um, Listening to this album, I'm sure on some deep dive. I've listened to this album before. Um, it's funny because you take in so much music and information music wise when we do what we do. And there's a track on here we're going to get into that is it kind of landed in another part of my teenage years. We'll talk about that. But I'm a huge Parliament fan. I'm a huge Funkadelic fan. I love anything those cats have done. I think Eddie Hazel is it Hazel or Hazlitt is one of the greatest guitar players. Eddie Hazel, I think it might be. Yeah.
Eddie Hazel.
One of the greatest guitar players ever. If you ask me 1,000 times in a day, what is my favorite piece of instrumental music? I
Yeah.
will tell you 1,000 times in a day. Funkadelic Maggot Brain. There
Hmm.
is nothing higher in guitar work for me. There's nothing that is exceeds that sonically for me. Don't get me wrong, I love Satriani and all those other guys too, but you know the story behind that, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you get the opportunity, look up the story behind Maggot Brain. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal story and a phenomenal song when you listen to it. Yeah, man. So I was excited to get this album from Keith. I may be kind of biased on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Bruce, I got track one as I call my baby Pussycat. What you got, man?
It's spelled Pussy. Uh,
CAT.
well, they didn't get that far, but anyway, this is such a great opener. It's such a cool fucking groove. It's a fun innuendo song. It's very singable. Fucking A plus. I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
I gave it an A. Said it was a cool intro. There was a cool intro interlude that happened before it really got into the groove of the tune.
Yep.
I really dug that. There's a cool chant
Yep.
piece in there. Killer solo. I gave it. I said it was a great intro. Gave that an A as well.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel
Yeah.
about Put
Yeah, it's such a
Love?
great opener.
Okay, yeah. How did you feel about Put
Yep.
Love in Your Life?
I gave this a solid A. This was such a great blend of soul, jazz, psych. It's a really good message about, money isn't everything. There's a lot of different styles in this song, jammed up in this song. And I think when I first heard it, it kind of like, oh, what? It took me a minute, and I listened to it a few more times. I'm like, okay, because each style helps tell the story of the song, and I really dug this song a lot. I love the message in it. I gave it a solid A.
You and I defer a little bit on this one, man. I gave this one a B. I said it
Mm,
was a kind of a soul pop thing, moves to several different grooves,
mhm,
and then a female vocal, and then jams out. This thing, and like I said, I've seen Parliament. I know this kind of jam from them, where it kind of gets to groove in one way, they put it another way, they start spinning it another way, and it just turns into this big old freaking party type thing. And it's great stuff. But this, for me, being a Parliament fan, is not one of those songs that I would seek out as much. You know what I mean? Is it a
mhm.
horrible song? No, not by any means. Is it skippable? No, not by any means. But if I'm comparing it to I Call My Baby Pussycat and some of the other stuff on here, it just it's not that upper echelon. We've talked about that. It doesn't strike me as the top tier banger. You know what I mean? It's a banger, but not a top tier banger.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. No, I get it.
All
All right,
right.
next up was Little Old Country Boy.
You asking me?
What'd you? Yeah, what'd you think of Little Old Country Boy?
Dude, I gave this one a solid A. And the first thing I want to say here is yodeling question mark from Parliament Funkadelic. I said it was very cool. It felt like a blues, funk, bluegrass thing that I really thoroughly enjoyed. And I thought, man, what a great standout track on this. And for this, I would say that is a standout track on this album
No, it's
because
fantastic.
it's not when you think of Parliament, man, or you think about Funkadelic or George Clinton and the P-Funk All-Stars, this doesn't seem like something that is up your way, but you can still feel the part the funk DNA inside of it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's pretty freaking cool. Would you give it?
No, I gave it an A plus. It's a great country fun song. I love the pedal steel in it. I believe part of this was sampled by De La Soul, um,
Yeah.
back in the day. So I love this, and I really think, and this isn't the only song, but Tiki Fullwood's drumming on this album, but especially this song, is just really cool. Really adds a little flavor to this song. I loved it. A plus.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Track number 4, Moonshine Heather. How'd you feel about that one?
Again, I loved this song. It's a great story about survival. She's got 14 kids and she's doing everything she can to make it. I love the message. I love the music. I loved everything about this song. I gave it an A plus.
I
Great
gave
groove.
I gave this one an A as well. I said very groovy, slight funk, insane guitar stuff going on in this thing, and bass line, bass line, bass line, man. This thing was nice. So yeah, I gave that a solid A as well, man.
Yeah. Next up, Oh Lord, Why Lord, Prayer. What'd you think?
I gave this one an A. I said this is an almost gospel-like tune, heartfelt and humanity, man. You could feel the humanity of this tune, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
when I talk about how something can speak to the world. Parliament is very good about doing songs like that, man. They'll get your F off your ass and get you moving. You know what I mean? Um, but this right here is it's nice to see this side of Parliament, and once again, I gave it an A, man. It's another solid tune.
Yeah. Now,
How
see,
about
this is
you?
where me and you are gonna. Yeah, this is where me and you are gonna differ. I gave this a B. This was almost skippable for me. I
Okay.
like the I like the harpsichord. I like the message, but the song itself did not. I it did not click with me. Like I just musically, I did not like this song. All in all, it was almost skippable. Again, the the message is great. Um, I love parts of it. I love the piano, I love the harpsichord, but it just doesn't come together for me. So I gave it a B.
Cool, cool,
And
cool.
that's the end of side A.
Correct. Then we open up with side B with My Automobile. So I have something to say about this song.
Say it.
You know probably where I'm going with this. I gave this track an A plus. The reason why I gave this an A plus was I forgot NWA used this banger of a track. And I want to quote something just to kind of wrap this thing up and understand this track. No free rides. No free rides. But if you can remember NWA doing Automobile, they kind of covered it, but they did it a lot more raunchier and shit. And
Mm.
A plus, man. A plus. This is hearing this kind of was a bit of a banger for me. So
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I gave this thing an A plus as well. I love how at the beginning of the song, you got some insight as to how they were working the song out, how the verses were going to go and everything. And then they're like, okay, let's go record it. and then it goes into the actual song. Such a fun song. Um, I just love that piece. Just, I love the harmonies. The harmonies on this song in particular were fantastic. As they were singing along, I absolutely loved it. So A+ for me, man.
Good deal. Good deal. All right. And then
Next,
moving forward to track number 7, Nothing Before Me But Fang. What'd you give
hmm
that one, man?
let's see, my friend. I gave this thing a solid A. It's a nice galloping groove. The drums really stand out on this track as well. Um, and I believe there was like three or four different vocalists on this thing. So I really dug this thing as well. What'd you think?
I actually gave this one a B, man. It's an
Really?
upper pace rocking to soul funk groovy, you know, thing. Kind of, I could see this for the time frame being part of a side soundtrack or something along the lines of someone going, you know, some movie that would reference the term jive turkey. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But for me, man, it still was. It just kind of wasn't an upper echelon song as well. So I gave it a B as well. How about you?
Okay. Solid A for me. I really liked it. Now, it wasn't as good as My Automobile or Pussycat or Good Old Country Boy or Little Old Country Boy, no, but still a really good song.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not skippable, man. So
No.
far, I'm digging the album. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Track number 8, Funky Woman. What were your thoughts on that one, bud?
Dude, this song was hysterical. They could they didn't say exactly what it was, but it's basically about her nasty ass drawers. I laughed so hard. I've listened to this song probably at least 6 or 7 times. I love this song. Uh, it's so fun. It's a fun song, goofy about some nasty ass drawers. A+. Come on, what are we doing? So good.
Well,
He takes a drink to wash the taste out of his mouth.
I gave this one an A. I said this was lyrically insane, groovy, but classic Parliament. What are you laughing about?
Yeah, dude. It's so funny. It's such a funny song. It's so good. You're absolutely right. The lyrics are ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're just ridiculous, and I loved it.
yeah, it's a good
This is
jam.
one of the this is one of the things I love about Parliament or Funkadelic or George in general. Just sometimes they just go off the reservation, and it's fun.
Dude, if you got to see it live. You got
Yeah,
you'd have to experience it live because like sometimes they show up a little late, then they get to rocking, and then just everything that you see happening on the stage is madness, dude. And it's just
yeah,
freaking awesome. I wish it'd be cool if I know George is getting up there at his age, man, but a lot of these legacy
hmm
acts, they go out and they're going and doing a tour where they do the whole album of an album, right? I would love
yeah,
for them to do the Mothership Connection in its entirety. And I think with as short as the Mothership Connection is, they could do some bonuses too. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I think if George was going to go out for for a bang, man, just run it, just fucking
hmm
run it. You know what I mean?
hmm
Yeah, cool, man. Track number 9, Living the Life. You?
Oh, this was tough. I ended up giving it an A, but it had to grow on me a little bit. Um, this is basically a song about Jesus and you know how life and how we destroy things. There's a fantastic outro solo on this. Um, all in all, it's a
What's up?
really powerful spiritual message. But I really dug it.
Good deal.
I gave it an A.
I actually gave this one a B, man. Once
Hmm.
again, not an upper echelon song for me. Not skippable as a whole. I'm really digging the album. I could let this album spin. Um, uh, loved. Let's see. Cool intro, but lost me midway. Love the guitar and the keys. But yeah, like I said, somewhere midway, I just got lost, and it just like I just wasn't it wasn't
It's a
feeling.
sick.
I wasn't feeling
Yeah,
it,
it's a
man.
6 minute song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
somewhere
kind of agree with you in that.
somewhere at about three and a half, I was just kind of not feeling it. Um,
Mhm.
doesn't mean that it was bad. I was just like, eh, there's better stuff on this album, right?
Yeah,
So
and I think if they would have kept it at that 3.5 minute, I think it would have ranked a little bit better. I almost gave it a B, but
I think they
it
could
was
have
good.
cut it at five. I think they could have cut it at
Mm,
five because at three and a half, with what was going on up to that point, it made sense to not cut it at three and a half. Okay. Um,
yeah,
but yeah. Well, Bruce, I think this brings us to the final track. But
yeah, man.
before we do this,
Hmm.
the fans at home want to know.
Mm,
We know that you're a big Parliament Funkadelic fan,
hmm.
just like Tone is a big Parliament Funkadelic fan. Give me, across all things Parliament Funkadelic, your top three songs.
Oof. Off top of my head, Hit It or Quit It,
Ooh.
Maggot Brain.
Both on that same album.
Uh-huh. And I'm gonna say right now, our last song, The Silent Boatman.
Really?
I loved this song.
I am going to agree with you. Would you give it?
A plus plus.
I gave this one a solid A. What were your thoughts on it?
Beautiful closer, and it's about the end of life. It's that journey that we take, um, depending on your belief system. The silent boatman, the reaper, taking you over to the river Styx, and just a powerful message, and it really connected with me. Um, just beautiful songwriting in this. Beautiful songwriting.
I gave it an A. Said it was beautiful, almost gospel closer,
Mhm.
soul R&B, great closer.
Mhm.
Great closer to wrap up this album. So that's your honest three.
Yeah.
My three would be Maggot Brain,
Mhm.
Make My Funk the P Funk, and uh, uh, probably Up from the Downstroke.
And that was off the second album, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah, and that would be Bootsy. I think Bootsy would come back on and work with
Was he on
Funkadelic
the
on the
second?
second. Yeah.
Okay. I will say this: there was a CD reissue in the '90s that has six more tracks.
Yeah, some
Um,
bonus tracks. I saw
yeah,
that.
some bonus tracks. Definitely check those out. I listened to them. I didn't rank them or anything like that, but definitely check them out. I will say it was important. It was important to distinguish that the Silent Boatman was the actual final track, because I think that's important. I think it's important for that to be the final track. But lots of cool stuff on there. Red Hot Mama, Loose Booty, um, and Breakdown was really great. So on those
Yeah,
bonus
dude, it's
tracks.
here's the thing I've noticed with Parliament, man. It's very hard for me not to like a Parliament album just because I love the DNA that is Parliament. You know what I mean? They're basically this jam funk band, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they touch on across all kind of music internationally, and the world could take a lesson from a Parliament show. I've always said that. The world could take a lesson from Parliament show. You go to a Parliament show, dude, there's people of all races, colors, creeds, and they're dressed up as crazy as they want to be, dude. I went in big pimp hats and shit and whatnot, man. People wearing big gold chains, and we just go and they have fun, dude. They have fun. The world could take a hint from a Parliament show. And dude, it don't even get me started how smoky it gets.
Someone better call the fire department.
No shit. But man, I will tell you what, dude. I've always been a Parliament fan, and I'll the I'll never forget the first time I heard Maggot Brain. A gentleman by the name of Mike was kind of like a counselor for my older brother, and he would take us out. He eventually owned what was called the Groove Shack up on High Street, right there in the Short North. And they would have open mic nights and shit out there and DJing and shit and whatnot. But Mike ran that store or owned that store for a number of years, and they were he was my first turn on to Parliament, and I was probably all about 14 years old, and I remember blew my fucking mind, dude. I was just
Yeah.
pumped ever since, man. And always been a fan, always been a fan. So I think
Now,
at the end of the day we really got to review this album, dude.
yeah, man.
So
Uh,
what do you want to give it?
just just kind of my final thoughts on this. This album is so unique, even for the time. It was so unique. It really feels like this album was meant to bring people together. And that ties into those concerts.
Yes.
Parliament is meant to bring people together. We need more Parliament,
Yeah.
especially now in this world. There's something for everyone on this album. The messages range from silly to serious to spiritual. This has got a little bit of everything for everyone. I'm giving it a 9.5. I really dig this album. Really dig this album.
How many B's you have on that?
One, almost two. But I
And
had
I had
one.
and I had three.
Mm,
We're not far off on this one, man. I'm going to give this thing a 9.25.
there you go.
So 9.5 from you, 9.25 from me, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's a banger, dude. Like even the stuff that you may not like as much, just let this
Hmm.
album spin, man. Let it fucking
Yeah, you
spin.
have to listen to this album in its entirety. Um, just catching one track or two tracks doesn't really do this whole piece any justice. And if I remember right, Keith said that this is one of his desert island albums where this is one of the ones he was going to take with him on a desert island. And I can't blame him. It's fun, man. Let
Well,
me ask you this.
the other thing was
Mhm.
Keith had mentioned how he felt that Lenny Kravitz has pretty much made a career from this album.
Yeah.
And I can see that this album could have influenced Lenny. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Absolutely.
Um, it's it's a great album, man. It's
Yeah. Okay. Gun to your head. Do you pick this album or Maggot Brain?
don't even try it.
Still picking Maggot Brain. Whew.
Still picking the Mothership Connection.
Really?
I like this album. Don't get it twisted, man. But
Huh.
those two albums are in my regular rotation. This
Yeah.
is not in my regular rotation. Could it
Okay.
find a place in my regular rotation? Possibly, but that would mean I would have to go down. get down and dirty and start really finding where I can locate as much Parliament shit as I can. And I don't, dude, because you really don't understand how much there really is out there.
Oh, there's tons,
There's fucking
tons.
tons,
Hmm.
tons. Somebody could tell you, have you heard this Parliament song? And it'll sound like Parliament and most likely be Parliament. And you could be a Parliament enthusiast and still not recognize where this fucking thing came from.
Yeah.
So there's just so much going on, so many working pieces, so many members, so many, it's huge. It's a huge family of people, dude. It's bigger than like George's kids come out and perform on stage. You know what I mean? I think he's got a daughter named Indica and a daughter named Sativa.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
I swear, I think Sativa was on tour with him last time I seen him.
Okay. Uh, anyway, banger of an album. Thank you, Keith Roth, for such a cool album. So
I knew that once we were handed this album, this was going to more than likely get a solid rating. This is the beginning of the fucking Parliament DNA, dude. You know what I mean? This is the workings of what would become the Parliament DNA and how, you know,
yep.
it may not sound like what you're familiar with in a lot of areas to Parliament, but this was the gist of it. You know what I mean? Loved it. Loved it. Absolutely
No,
fucking
this
loved it.
was. Yep.
Keith, you can recommend an album anytime, man. I think your last couple
That's
albums have
right,
been
man.
been a couple pretty good bangers. So, um, other than
Yep.
that, let's talk about what is going on. So, you good folks at home, as we are racing, absolutely racing to episode 100. Now, Bruce will tell you about our guest on episode 100, but I would like to talk to you about our guest coming up this Sunday, 420 Easter special, coming from your brothers here at Hooked on Sonics. We are bringing you an interview with John Davis from Conan to discuss his upcoming release, Violence Dimension, with Conan. I know he's got some other stuff in the fires from what I've read. Bruce, I got to get some of that over to you. Um, please tune in, catch that episode. It is going to be a fun one. I can tell you that right now. Bruce and I are gearing up our questions and getting excited behind this. We've heard the new album, and let me fucking tell you, this thing, I've posted it
Woo!
everywhere as far as what my thoughts are on the album. It is a mace to the face. Let me tell you, I'm going to repeat that again. It is a mace to the face. This thing is very heavy. Um, if you get the opportunity, check it out. You can check those guys out over on Bandcamp. You can check them out at allhailconan.com. Other than that, man, this is going to be a very exciting episode. We have done a lot moving into episode 100 as far as getting you guys geared up with. I mean, we have done a lot of interviews here recently, and we hope to bring you so many more. And we have had a lot of fun doing this. And I don't even like to call them interviews anymore, Bruce. I like to call them conversations. To me, it's
Absolutely.
what it feels like. It feels like sitting down and we're having just a conversation. It does. And I don't need to sit here and interview you. It's not. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about what you got going on, but I want you to be comfortable with us and come hang out and chill and say, I did have a good time hanging out with those guys. So, with that being said, 420 special Conan. Following that, you guys know the rules. We give the guest an album to review. It'll be exciting to see if John gives us an album and what that album is. We're going to bust that album not only in 48 hours, we're going to get that review to you right then and there as we move into episode 100. And Bruce is going to tell you about our special guest for episode 100.
Absolutely. We're so honored to have as our guest for episode 100, uh, Tom Gigliotti. 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 I
Might
have
be
to confirm.
might be
I have to
Gigliotti.
confirm. Yeah. From the number one uh, Kiss podcast in the country, in the world, Shout It Out Loudcast. Him and his partner Zeus have a really cool thing going on over there. And they were a major inspiration for me to start this thing up, get a hold of Tony and say, hey, let's do this thing. So check those guys out as well. Shout out loudcast.com. And it is not your typical, oh, we love the band. Oh, everything they do is great. They shit on the band when appropriate. And they're fucking hilarious. So can't wait to have Tom on to talk about our top 5 favorite live albums.
Oh man, I got to brush up on those.
Yeah, you better come.
Do you got yours cleaned up? You got your 5 ready?
They're almost done.
All right.
Almost done.
All right. All right. So with that being said, I don't think we're going to be giving each other an album to review.
Nope.
Not this evening.
Nope.
So, and that's because our next episode we're going to be hanging out with John Davis of Conan.
Oh no.
Freaking pumped, dude. Like, you know.
And I'm not even a
know.
Doom guy. I'm not the Doom guy. You are. And I'm telling you guys, after hearing this new album, I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Like Conan rocks, dude. It's hard to not like those guys. They write thick, juicy riffs, man.
Yep.
And they nail it. You know, as a 3-piece, man, it's hard to believe they make that much sound and it's so heavy. But with that being said, Bruce, it has been a blast hanging out with you tonight. Once again, thanks to Keith Roth for the album review for this evening, or the album to review for this evening. Solid 9.5 from Bruce and a solid 9.25 from me. Once again, you know, we're not far off, but you know, there's a couple of small variations there. Other than that, Bruce, you got anything to say about tonight, man?
Yeah, absolutely. What a blast. What a great album. Check out Keith Roth on Facebook. Check him out on Sirius XM. And check out his newest album, The Law of Diminished Returns. Available everywhere that you get music. Can't wait for Easter.
It's going to be a good time. Other than that, man, I have had such a wonderful evening with you all. Thanks again for tuning in. If you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave us an album to review. Check us out on all your favorite podcast streaming services. My name is Tone.
And I am Bruce.
And we together are hooked on Sonics. We will see ya.
See ya.